billionaires who don't give a damn about America, and Americans should not be making decisions that put Americans at harm.
We don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk.
Elon Musk may get to be dictator of Tesla, but he doesn't, and he may try to play dictator here in Washington, D.C., but he doesn't get to shut down the Agency for International Development.
This is all a smokescreen, a shell game, in order to turn this government over to a handful of unelected billionaires and corporate interests, and we are not going to let them do that.
Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube space. I am the Kenyan Beast and I'm doing it the African way every day, every time. Now, when we talk about Africa, we can never cease to talk about the help that's coming to Africa from foreign countries, like from USA. We have something that was called USAID, and USAID was providing help and assistance to countries in Africa. For example, economic development, health assistance, democracy and governance. There's a lot of things that USAID was assisting or claimed to assist in foreign countries. Now, when Trump has come to power and he chose Elon Musk to deal with something with the government maintenance, because Musk knows how to cut costs, that's how Trump said.
I do. I think Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter. Sometimes we won't agree with it and we'll not go where he wants to go, but I think he's doing a great job. He's a smart guy, very smart.
The Musk decision or Elon decision to cut off or to stop everything that USAID is doing, some people have get angry with it. Some congressmen, is it congressmen? They are not happy. Some white people are not happy because of this. Elon Musk is saying that USAID is an organization of criminals. I agree with him, but I will react on that. First of all, let's watch these videos of these people complaining about why Musk has cut off USAID, and then we'll come back again and react on it.
You mean to tell me a man worth over $400 billion is going to decide what happens with my grandma's Social Security check? There's absolutely no oversight as to what he's doing. What's to stop him from stealing taxpayer money?
There are those that have said that we may face a constitutional crisis. I want you to know that the crisis is here.
He is a low-down, dirty, no-good person, along with Trump, that cannot be trusted, and we must not be afraid of them.
This is the most corrupt bargain we've ever seen in American history. Elon Musk gives $250 million to elect Donald Trump, and Donald Trump turns over the keys to the United States government to Elon Musk and his billionaire friends and his cronies. Are we going to let that stand? Hell no, we're not going to let that stand.
Are you currently in charge of USAID, or are you acting?
I'm the acting director of USAID. I've delegated that authority to someone, but I stay in touch with him. And again, our goal was to go in and align our foreign aid to the national interest. But if you go to mission after mission and embassy after embassy around the world, you will often find that in many cases, USAID is involved in programs that run counter to what we're trying to do in our national strategy with that country or with that region. That cannot continue. USAID is not an independent, non-governmental entity. It is an entity that spends taxpayer dollars, and it needs to spend it, as the statute says, in alignment with the policy directives that they get from the Secretary of State, the National Security Council, and the President. And it's been 20 or 30 years where people have tried to reform it, and it refuses to reform. It refuses to cooperate. When we were in Congress, we couldn't even get answers to basic questions about programs. That will not continue. That's not going to continue.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk, you didn't create USAID. The United States Congress did for the American people. And just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him. Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that under Article 1 of the Constitution. And just like the president who is elected to something cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And that's going to become real clear. This illegal, unconstitutional interference with congressional power is threatening lives all over the world. I'm hearing from my constituents who work for USAID and USAID contractors in Maryland, in Washington, all over the world, and they're telling us that this is a killer in terms of their cutoff of HIV and AIDS preemption. It's a killer in terms of anti-malarial education. It's a killer in terms of all of the efforts to shut down global viruses. Now, I don't know what Elon Musk's intentions are. I don't know what Elon Musk's motivations are. I don't know what his purposes are, but they've got nothing to do with what has been lawfully adopted by the people of the United States of America through the Congress of the United States. We're going to defend USAID all the way. And I want to say finally this. I've heard some murmurings in support of this outrageous, scandalous, illegal maneuver that they just need some time to do some studies for evaluations. Well, I've heard from multiple constituents working in USAID that they have removed all evaluations from the USAID website and they have shut down immediately, as of right now, all of the evaluations taking place of USAID efforts all over the world. This has nothing to do with evaluation. This is about termination and obliteration of the major foreign aid programs of the United States of America, all of which together total less than $40 billion. We have a Pentagon budget of $900 billion. The Pentagon budget is where the defense contractor Elon Musk, who became the richest man in the world off of our money, he collects his payments from, and now he's trying to shut down USAID. We're not going to...
Knowing Elon as you do, are you comfortable with the amount of power he's wielding inside the U.S. government right now?
Well, I admire the great private sector stuff he's done. You know, SpaceX, Tesla, you know, both amazing companies. You know, I think in the case of USAID, he doesn't appreciate the phenomenal work that goes on. It's not partisan work. It's nutrition. It's avoiding...
He says it's beyond repair.
Well, you know, I give billions of dollars to the same thing that USAID does. I go out in the field and study these things. I hire scientists. And so, you know, I think if he really knew the work there, he wouldn't be telling 10,000 people not to come and do that work.
Welcome back. Now, as you have seen the video, these are complaints, and some leaders even from Africa are complaining. Some white people here, they have gone on the road, on the street, they are protesting that why the government is cutting off USAID. Now, Elon said that USAID is an organization full of criminals. Is a criminal organization, and I agree. I will tell you why I agree with him. But first of all, the work of USAID that they were claiming, or they are claiming to be, or they are helping, is on economic development. They support trade, agriculture, infrastructure, and private sector growth to reduce poverty in countries, and they are focusing in Africa, most of it. They are helping in health, providing aids for disease prevention, materials, and child health, and access to clean water, and they are doing it in Africa so much. They are helping democracy and governance. They promote human rights, the rule of law, and fair elections. That means USAID. They interfere to people's business. They promote education. They fund programs for literacy, higher education, and skills training, which is good. And they're doing it most in Kenya, in Africa. Now, they have humanitarian assistance. They respond to national disaster, conflicts, and food insecurity. Is good gesture. And they do it mostly in Africa. Now, USAID, that is their role in general. But their role in Africa, they have played a significant role in Africa. We cannot deny that. USAID, in a positive side, they have played some roles in Africa. And one of it is health initiative. USAID funds programs like the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. It's called PEPFAR, and malaria eradication campaigns. It also supports materials and child health, nutrition, and water sanitation projects. The work of USAID in Africa. This is their significance in Africa, okay? Their key activities in Africa. I want you to note that so that we know we are going well. Another thing is economic growth. Provides loans and technical assistance to small business, support agriculture development, and promotes trade through initiatives like the African Growth and Opportunity, AGOA. Humanitarian aid. They offer emergency food aid, disaster relief, and refugee support, the work of USAID. Very good in doing that in Africa. Other thing is democracy and governance. USAID funds election, monitoring, judicial reforms, and civil society groups advocating for human rights in Africa. They fund African elections in countries. They monitor, they help in democracy and governance in countries. Now, it's not criticism, but I get it that USAID is a tool for US soft power influencing African policies in the ways that favor American interest. USAID, according to me, is like a tool for the US soft power influencing African policies in ways that favor America. That's the work of USAID, according to me. And my concerns are that USAID fosters long-time dependency rather than empowering self-sufficiency. They are making countries to depend on them by giving them aids, food reliefs, disaster management, monitoring election. So a country cannot monitor its own election because they depend on USAID and they are relaxed. Now, Elon Musk said that USAID, they are criminals. And I understand that. And the reason why I support Elon Musk's decision is for me to get African countries to depend on themselves. It's high time African countries need to depend on themselves. Donald Trump has the reason why he has cut this. And Africans, we should not complain. We should rather get people who will make Africa using our own resources. Because USAID, I say they are criminals too, because if they are coming and helping democracy and governance, humanitarian and everything, blah, 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 this makes them to be in control of like everything. And as we know, each and every organization that is in Africa trying to help, they are benefiting in one way or the other. One of the beneficiary is exploitation, manipulating the government, and engaging in illegal businesses here in Africa. That's what I say. USAID, they are giving loans to countries, small business and everything, but it's like buying you. It's like IMF loans and everything. Just like that. And when we talk about aid dependency, we talk about a country not being able to handle their own issues. A country cannot handle their conflicts. A country cannot handle any disaster. A country cannot handle anything because everything is being done by USAID, which is so sad. It's so sad because they are controlling even the governments. They are claiming that they have democracy, sponsoring democracy in African countries, but they are not. And some of these wars, they are created by this organization so that they can come in, they can chip in and help and say that we are helping. For Elon Musk to term them as criminals, you can tell even yourself. You can tell that as far as there is good interest or their positive side, but their negative side in Africa plays a bigger impact or has a bigger impact on the poverty that's going on in Africa, on the issues, illiteracy that's going on in Africa. Because why are you complaining that Donald Trump has cut off USAID? It's because you are getting something from there. You are living off this USAID. You know what you are doing with this USAID. And that's why some white people are angry because USAID is no more. You are a citizen of America. You pay your tax there. Why are you complaining when the USAID has cut its function in Africa? What are you getting in Africa that will motivate you to support this? Why don't you just empower Africans? Instead of helping them every now and then, just empower them. And this USAID is hindering the empowerment of African youth and African people. And that's why I support the move of Donald Trump, of Elon Musk, to terminate USAID, because I need the people of Africa to wake up. I need the government of Africa to start depending on themselves, start depending on the tax that we are paying. If we depend on ourselves, we will see where there are mistakes. Right now, we cannot see the mistakes that are in our country because someone else is taking care of that. We don't want that. I'm happy with Donald Trump cutting funds and everything. Even the funds that's going in Haiti. William Ruto was talking to Haiti, and the government that was before was supporting this. But Donald Trump has said no to that. And I wish that we may take this positive. We don't blame him. Don't blame because we don't pay their taxes. That is a tool of manipulating the governments, manipulating people to think that you are helping, but deep down, you ain't helping. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Do you think it was a good step for Elon Musk to cut off USAID? Do you think it will help Africa? Personally, I think this is one that is pushing the agenda of Ibrahim Traore and other Pan-Africanists to depend on our own resources. Because when you cut this help, we need to find another way to help ourselves. And that's what we need to do. Some people are crying. Some African leaders are crying, are complaining that USA has cut off the funds. But there's a video I did where President of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, said that we don't have reason to cry. It's high time we need to wake up. Wake up and know how you will build your country because you have the resources. Now, it is time to use our resources with the right thing. The right thing is to empower our people, to empower the citizens of our country. Donald Trump is very right. He is cutting cost of USA, of America. He is fighting for his people. He knows what is best for the Americans, not for us Africans. It is just telling us direct that you need to stop depending on people, that you need to stop exploitation. We need to choose good leaders, not corrupt leaders. That's what he is telling us indirectly. I love that move. I don't know if you like it, but for me personally, I think it's an eye-opening. We cannot continue living like this. We cannot continue living that when we have a small issue like floods, we cannot assist ourselves. The helicopter that is coming to help people is not for Kenyans. It's from Red Cross, USAID. And that when there's an outbreak of sickness, we cannot handle it by ourselves. USAID is coming, putting tents there, taking refugees, blah, blah, blah. And we are just there sitting happy, thinking that USAID will be there. Now Donald Trump has shown us that it's a high time as African countries and African leaders, you have to wake up. You have to say no to corruption. You have to use the resources of your country to build the country. No more assistance. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Until next episode, peace be with you.